Hey, what's up? We just got done watching, I was gonna say Prince Nassim versus Josh Taylor, but Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. Uh, I'm actually very impressed with Teofimo Lopez. I think he was having women problems that can definitely break a man, but clearly he has mental issues, plus you have that type of father, things like that. Who knows? Maybe he just fights down to his competition or fights up to his competition or both. He's a young man. He's 25 and he's already done more than what 10-year plus professionals have done in their career. You have to give the man his flowers and respect. It's just that simple. First couple rounds, it looked like Taylor may have ended up with the decision and things like that. Although I thought the scorecards were too close. I mean, I can also see the case for why they had that. And plus, a lot of times these networks, especially with guys that they big up, that they build up, you understand, they try to salvage them. For me, to give you an example, it's like the Keith Thurman fight versus Manny Pacquiao fight. They had those scorecards real close, but I didn't even think that fight was close. I had Manny clearly winning the first 5 rounds with a knockdown. He wins rounds 10 and 12, but of course, they gave it that 115, 113 type treatment as well. You understand, again, I didn't even think that fight was remotely close, but I can see why they did that and why they scored it the way they did. I didn't even actually score the fight tonight. I was at a family outing, hurried up and rushed home. And, I was just enjoying the fight, wasn't even trying to analyze it or anything like that. We talked about Josh Taylor in the past when my channel was more boxing oriented. I did go on a hiatus, but, he reminds me a lot of ways like Errol Spence. And I hate bringing up Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence in this video. Teofimo was definitely overlooked and disrespected this week, and they were giving some good TV. We just didn't do videos on it. All the press conferences were great. Teofimo Lopez is telling you this new age type quotes, that are going to go down in history. It was some pretty good TV. We're sitting here focused, or I was on Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, but I was paying attention to the press conferences and things like that. We just weren't coming out with videos on that stuff. But Josh Taylor, we always make references. He reminds me a lot of Errol Spence. Both guys, many believe they have great outside games and things like that. They're mostly effective when they, close the gap, cut the distance, get inside. Josh Taylor, he does a lot of dirty tactics and things like that. He also has a habit of hitting guys after the bell. He does that in pretty much all his fights. I don't know if it was the long layoff, but he kind of has an undisciplined lifestyle outside the ring as well. But if you take away that inside sloppy fighting that both guys do, they are fish on dry land. And you saw tonight when you fought a guy who was on top of his game, but has athletic special effects, you understand. Teofimo is a great fast twitch athlete, you understand. What we're also starting to see is I think these guys, especially these young kids like Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, for example, I think they will do better at the higher weight classes. These are big kids. These are bulkier kids. They're at that. Haney, I think his constitution and everything else will get better when he moves up. But Teofimo Lopez definitely has that fast twitch. He was catching Josh Taylor. We mentioned Prince Nassim. A lot of you guys don't know about Prince Nassim. You probably know, you probably think he was a clown or whatever else, but he was a pretty big guy. And it was must-see TV back in the day, you understand? And I saw that in Teofimo Lopez tonight. That performance definitely reminded me of Prince Nassim. He was doing the little goofy dancing and the lunging. I don't even know what to call that. Leaping left straight that caught Josh Taylor looking all silly. His body work was highly effective in this fight. He was able to just, seize openings, catch gaps on Josh Taylor. You could see Josh Taylor was starting to get more demoralized, especially in the second half of the fight. I mean, we got to like I said, give Teofimo Lopez his flowers. He's beat two top-notch dudes. He's taken some L's, but here he is, 25. And again, he's done way more than the likes of guys like Tank Davis, who's an old guy at this point. He's not young anymore. Regis Prograis, who I don't understand what this guy's doing with his career. This dude, he's been chasing Broner literally for years and trying to act like he's tough because he's calling out and pursuing Broner, dude. You are a chump, dude. You're like 36. You're the same age as Terrence Crawford. I don't know what you're doing in your career, Regis Prograis. I seen you did a Netflix film and things like that, but you should be embarrassed at this point. I don't know what Regis Prograis' purpose is in life, man. I really don't. He'll call out Terrence Crawford, or at least say his name, but you ain't willing to get in that ring with Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? You're just a fake dude out here. Again, I don't know what you're doing. You're like 36, dude. You're gonna need to do something in your career, dude. Regis Prograis, stop chasing Adrian Broner and do so. How about you fight Teofimo Lopez? But we know you won't do that, Regis Prograis. Tank Davis, I know Teofimo Lopez beats him. That's a guy we told you before. He's being built up on matchmaking. Again, who has Tank? What has he really done in his career? You beat a weight drain, Ryan Garcia, and you went life and death with Isaac Cruz, dude. I don't want to hear about no Tank Davis and all those little fanboys coming in here in my comment section. You'll get done up too. You don't know if you're a 140 pounder, if you're, a 135 pounder. It just depends on how they set you up and whatever nonsense they're going to pull off for you. The little smoke and mirrors that they've been doing. Devin Haney, he might have some trouble too. He did get tagged up a lot in that Lomachenko fight, especially the back half. But that's been a consistent pattern throughout his career. I thought he did very well the first 7 rounds, and I think people kind of exaggerated what happened in that fight. Rounds 10 and 11 were definitely the only clean, clear Lomachenko rounds where you clearly say were Lomachenko rounds. All these other close rounds that they try to give Lomachenko, we've already given you our opinion on that. That'd be a very interesting fight. You're dealing with another high twitch dude, a dude who can move on his feet, another athletic guy. This always causes problems for guys like a Josh Taylor. They'll always cause problems for guys like Errol Spence. I'm bringing him up into this video again. I've been waiting for this fight for 6 years. I'm going to get whatever I can out of it. So you guys get tired of us talking about Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, I'm sorry. Go to another channel, But regardless, you saw, I think, a glimpse of what's going to come for the Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight as well. Again, just a better athlete, the harder puncher, the more fast twitch, more special effect fighter did what he did today and, built the separation. Only difference is Terrence Crawford is going to knock out Errol Spence. That it's just that simple. Unlike a Teo, who's able to counter with like 1, maybe 2 punches at most tonight against Josh Taylor. Terrence Crawford, he actually knows how to link his punches together. He knows how to juggle opponents. Not only is Terrence Crawford a guy who can counterpunch, sees openings just like you saw Teo tonight, but he also knows how to intercept. And that's the next level beyond counterpunching, when dudes actually start intercepting dudes' punches. And Terrence Crawford definitely has that ability. Josh Taylor, again, it could have been the long layoff. What was it, over 400 days or whatever? It could have been a plethora of things, but again, I know you've had some altercations in bars. You've been in some situations. Your last couple performances, you start getting beat up more. I'm just saying that, man, you guys this is pretty much a glimpse of what's to come here July 29th. You understand. And I'm telling you, it's going to end in devastating knockout. Errol Spence don't have no conscious. He's an unconscious guy. But that's all we're going to talk about for now. Tank, you need to step up, dude. I'm tired of these little make-believe. What's the word here? You're just, again, you're a guy built on matchmaking. Regis Prograis, you need to do something with yourself. I don't even know who or what you are, man. I don't know what your life's purpose is, what your goal is. I'm tired of the Regis Prograis. I don't know why people like him. I've never liked Regis Prograis. I thought he did get the draw or could have deserved the win against Josh Taylor. But, I mean, what else have you done in your career, dude? I was never impressed with him. Again, just an oddball dude. But he needs to figure out what he wants to do with his life. I would love to see Teofimo versus Prograis. But again, I know Prograis is just not that guy. You understand? It seems like after that Taylor fight, maybe he has trauma, PTSD. I don't understand. I don't get what this guy's doing with his career. We will talk to you guys later. Bye.